JBNN to keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Hi guys. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Suspect in killing of policeman in St. Anne facing multiple charges. A suspect in last month's killing of Constable Ricardo Fairclough in St. Anne's Bay is now facing multiple charges. 29-year-old O'Shane Davis, otherwise called Sean Brown or Katuni, of Foster Spring, Trelawney, has been charged with murder, shooting with intent, possession of prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. The police say Davis, who was wounded during the incident, confessed to the crime and gave a statement. Detectives said an interview was conducted, which confirmed his involvement. It's reported that Davis and the two other men shot a 26-year-old woman in her face and upper body along Bravo Street in St. Anne's Bay on the night of April 15. The lawmen say while making their escape, they were confronted by Fairclough, during which an exchange of gunfire ensued, and Fairclough received gunshot wounds to the chest. During the incident, Davis received gunshot wounds to his abdomen and left hand. Fairclough and the wounded vendor were rushed to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, where Fairclough died on arrival, and the woman admitted for treatment. Sleuths say Davis was taken to the Falmouth Hospital by his cronies, and there he gave his name as Sean Brown. He reportedly gave a story about how he was shot but was arrested at the hospital. Another of the alleged gunmen, Cyralda Butler, otherwise called Siri, was fatally shot by lawmen following Fairclough's death. Police and operation was launched to apprehend Butler following the murder of their colleague. It's reported that lawmen carried out an operation in Snake Lane, Steertown in the parish, in search of Butler, who engaged the lawmen in an armed confrontation and was fatally shot. Senior citizen murdered in St. Anne. The St. Anne police are investigating the murder of an 80-year-old farm and vendor in Spring Garden, Bamboo, on Wednesday. The body of Sylvia Barrett was found with his hands and feet bound inside her house about 6:15 p.m. It's reported that Miss Barrett's granddaughter raised an alarm after seeing fire coming from the house, which is next door to her house. The fire, which was confined to the living room, was quickly extinguished by residents. Firefighters conducted a cooling down exercise, and during a check of the house, Miss Barrett's body was found in the living room. Her hands, which were above her head, were tied with an orange-colored electrical wire, and her feet tied with the same color wire. They further say she also had what appeared to be female clothing tied to her hand, over her face, and feet. Senior Superintendent Dwight Powell, commanding officer of the St. Anne Police, says there is no motive for the murder. He's appealing to anyone with information to contact the police. Man charged for stabbing cellmate at Halfway Tree lockup. The police on Tuesday charged a man for the stabbing of a cellmate at the lockup at the Halfway Tree police station in St. Andrew. He is 36-year-old Kurt Douglas, a welder of Roden Crescent, Kingston 5, who has been charged with wounding with intent. His court date is being finalized. The police said the incident happened on Wednesday, December 13, 2023. Reports are that about 10:45 a.m., an argument developed between Douglas and one of his cellmates. A tussle ensued, and Douglas reportedly used a makeshift knife to stab his cellmate several times. The injured man was taken to hospital, where he was treated. Douglas was charged on Tuesday, April 30. Mother to be charged after son dies in Westmoreland house fire. The Westmoreland police are reporting that charges will be laid against a mother who is alleged to have set her house on fire, leaving her 8-year-old son dead at their Top Lincoln, Grangel home in the parish. The charred remains of the boy, who police identified as Ramil Richards, were found among the rubble following a cooling down operation. On Thursday, police sources said the boy's mother will be charged. The mother remains in custody. The incident, which happened on Friday night, has sent shockwaves across the community of Top Lincoln, in Grangel, and the wider Westmoreland, when also confirmed that the mother might have suffered from a mental meltdown. The police said they have heard the rumors. However, the police sources noted that it is for the court to determine whether the mother is mentally fit following a psychiatric evaluation. Richards was a student of Peggy Barry Primary School in the parish. Reports from the Morgan's Bridge police are that about 11:40 p.m., Richards was alone in the house when it caught on fire. It is alleged that the boy's mother, who was outside, raised an alarm and the fire department was summoned. After a cooling down operation by the firefighters, the lifeless body of the boy was seen lying on the ground. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. His mother was taken into custody. Main suspect in deadly Craigtown shooting charge. The prime suspect was being sought in connection with the deadly attack on a birthday party in Craigtown, West Kingston, 4 years ago, in which 7 children were shot, has been charged. 2 of the children were killed in the bloody attack. Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, head of the Kingston Western Police, on Wednesday afternoon said that investigators have made a breakthrough in the April 2020 incident and have charged Javon Hall, otherwise called Eno, a 26-year-old fisherman of Poyet Street, Kingston 12. He has been charged for the murder of 15-year-old Alan Thompson and the 17-year-old Javon Christie, both students of Clarence Lane. His charges are 2 counts of murder, 5 counts of shooting with intent, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. He was also charged with shooting with intent after 5 children from ages 6 to 16 were wounded in the incident. Investigators had reported that on April 25, 2020, the children were at a birthday party when 2 men traveling on foot opened fire on the group before escaping. It was discovered that Thompson, Christie, and the 5 other children were shot. They were transported to hospital where the 2 boys were pronounced dead and the others admitted.
This particular murder arose out of a situation of a previous gang conflict between rival gangs in the Craigtown area. Investigations reveal that these men, acting together, went to the premises with illegal firearms where they opened gunfire, hitting 8 persons, 2 of whom were pronounced dead at the Kingston Public Hospital. In regards to this matter, we are still trying to locate and apprehend 2 other persons who are identified by the aliases Prezi and Jason. These persons are wanted to be charged.
SSP Phipps said Hall was among 3 of the division's most wanted fugitives captured over the last 3 weeks. Omar Cullimore grilled about not attending murdered wife's funeral. Murder accused Omar Cullimore came under pressure Wednesday during cross-examination by prosecutor Andrew Martin Swaby. Cullimore and the 3 co-accused were on trial in the Home Circuit Court for the murder of his wife, Simone Campbell Cullimore, and the taxi operator Winston Walters. Campbell Cullimore and Walters were shot dead on January 2, 2018, by 2 gunmen outside the gates of the apartment complex in Red Hills, St. Andrew, where Campbell Cullimore lived with her husband Omar. The prosecutor, during cross-examination Wednesday, forced Cullimore to admit that leading up to his wife's murder, he had been in a terrible financial position. The prosecutor pointed out that in evidence in chief, Cullimore had stated that when he and his wife moved to Jamaica, it was her parents who helped both of them to set up business. In fact, the couple lived at the Campbell's residence up until September 2018 when they moved, following a major confrontation between Cullimore and his father-in-law. Living with the Campbells, you won't have to pay rent. Is that so? Martin Swaby probed. Cullimore responded saying, "We had to pay for certain things. We bought food and everybody had obligations. When I decided I would no longer live there, the responsibility in terms of month-to-month rent didn't really fall on my shoulders. Yes, someone and I had conversations about the effect of me being out there on my own financially." Martin Swaby suggested to Cullimore that months leading up to his wife's murder, their 2 businesses were facing a lot of challenges and that he was struggling to take care of his own financial obligations when he moved out of the Campbell's residence. "No, I was not struggling. No, I was not in need of money," he said, which prompted the prosecutor to play a voice message he sent to Simone, which proved the contrary. In the audio that was played in court, Cullimore said, "Maybe I didn't say that it was a great idea, but realistically, if we're in the same page, I've been busting my ass trying to find new customers. So for you to be saying that I don't care about the relationship or anything, no, your idea of having this relationship and saving this marriage is that we end up in the same house without working on the issues we had before we do certain things. Life doesn't work all or nothing, Simone. All I'm trying to explain to you is, instead of going after each other in front of the kids in the same house, let us do what we need to do to get back our friendship and solidify what we have. The business will come, but it is like you're not understanding that because you gave me an ultimatum and you're trying to say don't try to give me an ultimatum. Come on, you said I can use my time to do whatever, but then I don't have any money to do anything because the clock tower store is all setting bills and doing this and doing that. You said that I didn't take any money from Clock Tower. The only time I took money from Clock Tower was when I came back. I took 5,000 on some Clock Tower because I didn't have no money in my pocket. I'm trying to explain to you that you can go to you and get your apartment and whatever, but Omar is still stranded. Omar is supposed to come to you begging on his knees some money. If that is what you expect, I ain't doing it. I expect at least you adhere to certain needs I do have. You can pay a first month's rent and deposit. You have got that money to do so. I never run you down. I try to kill you or anything like that. You asked me, and I told you I wanted to use the title for the Jeep to do whatever. But the Jeep is in your name, Simone. That is the main fact, Cullimore was heard saying in the audio. The prosecutor then asked Cullimore why he initially said he wasn't struggling monetarily and asked if he wanted to change his answer. Cullimore said, "Yes, ma'am. I did say the business needs to adhere to the needs that I have," he said, admitting that the business debt was neck high. Martin Swaby then posed more questions as she sought to prove the prosecution's case against Collymore. Miss McGregor, who you indicated you had an intimate relationship with, gave evidence in this case. She indicated that you asked her back for the money that you invested in her ice cream parlor or gave her to set up the ice cream parlor. Miss McGregor said that in December 2017, you approached her for the money. How much did she give to you? Martin Swaby asked. In response, Collymore said, over a period, that business probably cost me about $3 million. When I asked her for the money, I was asking her for the $3 million. She and I were no longer in a relationship, and she indicated that that would not be possible. I did not get back any of the money I invested in the business. At the time when I asked for the funds, I was not living under the Campbell's roof. McGregor and Collymore are said to be having an affair during the period of his marriage to Simone. Collymore later told the court that he had been shot about a week after his wife's murder and said he was scared based on what happened to his wife. He claimed that, as a citizen of the United States, he was advised by the U.S. Embassy to leave Jamaica as it was not safe. Collymore also conceded that he did not attend his wife's funeral and that he did not inquire when his wife was to be buried. Replying to the prosecutor, Collymore said they did not tell him. Pressing further, Martin Swaby reminded him that on Tuesday he told the court that he loved his wife dearly. She then asked, so when they were planning her burial, you would stay close to the family to keep tabs of every development? Collymore replied, not if me and the family are at odds. The prosecutor asked, did you have mutual friends with the wife? Collymore said yes. Martin Swaby asked Collymore, you didn't speak to any of them? Collymore said no, explaining that he did not have his phone and that the only person he was able to contact was his father-in-law. Boring holes in Collymore's defense, the prosecutor suggested to him that he was taken off an airplane at the Norman Mall International Airport on the day of his wife's funeral. Collymore said he was not aware that was the day of the funeral until after he was arrested and taken to the Constant Spring police station. The day of my wife's funeral, I was taken off a plane at the Norman Mall International Airport, but I did not know it was the day of her funeral. I learned that when I got arrested and they took me to the Constant Spring police station. That's when they told me I was leaving the island to go home to Florida. I know she was not buried as yet, so I had plans of coming back to Jamaica safely when I saw fit. I was issued a warning by the U.S. Embassy to leave. I saw it fit to leave, he said. The businessman said he was heading home to Florida, but his children and their caregiver were unaware. JBNN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.